Hello there, and welcome back to Steam It with Steve. Today we're going to keep going on with our tiny house tutorial, and we're going to learn a little bit about how to build some components inside of this house. So we're going to learn how to build a kitchen bench, a side table, and then also pop a window into the wall over there. So let's have a look at the floor plan. So first step is going to build a kitchen bench over here. So we're going to make it 3 meters by 2 meters. I'm going to put some chest of drawers into it. We're then going to come across here and build a side table. And then lastly, we're going to build our window over here. So I've had a little crack at this in practice just to see if it was possible. And this is what our kitchen bench should look like by the end of it. So we're going to have our 3 drawers over here, a hinged door, and then a little bit of overhang for the top of the bench and a little bit of overhang down here for the bottom just to protect it from any insects and mice and stuff. Lastly, then we have our side table. So this should be able to fold in and out off the wall to save space. Okay, which will be just a simple rectangle extrusion tool. And lastly, we're going to build a window. So we're going to make a mesh window on the side here. It's a simple push-pull trick, and then we're going to put a rectangle into it. So to begin, let's just jump on into our SketchUp file. So this is what we were up to last time. Notice that I've saved it as I've gone along the way. Right, so by clicking save at the top here, it will save it onto our Google Drive. So I've just changed the name here up to tutorial number 4 so that you guys can follow along at home if you missed it. So what we're going to do is we're going to zoom in here and we're going to build our kitchen bench first. So that's going to be 3 meters by 2 meters. So we come here to our rectangle tool, click on that and come to that very corner there. We come across here and it's meant to be 3 meters. So we're going to go 3,000, comma, and I'm going to make it 800. Okay, so that's going to be 3,000 by 800. And then I press enter. I'm going to come across here again, same rectangle tool. But this time, I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. So we're going to go 2,000, comma, 800. So now we have our 2 rectangles. Okay. Now this, if we push and pull this up, it would have to do it 3 separate times, but it's all going to be the same height. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to use the eraser tool and get rid of these 2 lines here. Now the way that we do it is we click here, swipe through and see how it's changed to blue and let go. And then if I swipe down, click through there, it then lets go of that. Pretty cool. So now we have a little L shape for our kitchen in the corner. We're then going to use the push pull tool. So we're going to come down here, we're going to push pull and we're going to bring that up. We're going to have 10 centimeter gap down the bottom. So to do that though, we need to have a top above it. So we're actually going to cheat a little here and go up 200 millimeters. And you'll see why we've done that later. So this is going to be a bit tricky with the walls to play around with this. So because we've been awesome and done the tags as we've gone, we can now hide the walls, hide the front door. Pretty cool. So now if we zoom in here using the hand tool, we can now build a little rectangle into this. So we're going to use the rectangle tool, click on the corner here. And what I'm going to do is go down to the midpoint and then straight across. And then I'm going to do exactly the same over here. And because it was in the middle between it, we now have the bottom under here. I'm going to make it have a bit of an overhang. So we go to the push pull tool and then we're going to click on this guy. And let's go across, let's just do 80 centimeters, 8 centimeters, so 80 mil. Okay, so we've got a bit of overhang there for our benches, the doors and the drawers, and we've got 80 as well on this side. So now we have that little overhang, which looks pretty cool. We then need to raise this all up. So before we went up, how far did we go? We went up 10. So let's go up another 80. So if we go click on that and go up and we'll go 800 mil. So we now have our bench with the 10 centimeter there. We've got 800 up here. Actually, let's go up another 90. So if we go up there, so undo, let's go up 900 mil. Cool. Now you'll see why I did that later. So what's going to happen now is we're going to build a rectangle into the side of the door for the overhang here, and we want that to go across to there. So we go. So we're going to go 2120, comma, and we want to go down, let's go 50 mil. Okay, And then we'll do the same over here. So we use the hand tool, come across, zoom in, we'll get the rectangle tool, click on that. And this time we'll go 1120, 50. Cool. So that's just a little bit higher. That's why I hesitated before. So we've got that gap across the top of our bench. We're then going to use exactly the same tool that we did before down the bottom. So we're going to use the push pull tool, click on that corner there. And this time let's come out 10 centimeters. So we'll go 100 mil. And then we'll do the same on this face. So click on that guy, come out, and we'll go 100 mil. Cool. So we now have our bench top with the door and a little bit of overhang there. So we're going to actually build some drawers now, just to make this a little bit more detailed. To do that, let's measure how long this side is. So then we're going to put 3 drawers down here. So we're going to go from there down to there. So it's 950. So we need to go 950 down. To do that, let's get our calculator out. And we'll go 950 divided by 3. So 316 roughly. Okay, so we want to go 316 up each one of these. Now, if you're doing this, you might want to be a bit more accurate so there's no sort of miscalculations, but just doing this real rough and quick so we can get our head around how to do this. So we're going to go from there, across the middle and up, and we've worked out that's 1060 and 316. So we'll go 1060, 316. So there's our first draw. Then we'll go again. So the next one. So then we'll go 1060 again, 316. And the last one, I'm just going to use the pen tool. So we click on the pen tool. And then we zoom in and whoop, that went to the midpoint. Sorry. So we'll go there and then just straight up. Cool. So sorry, I meant the midpoint of that one, not the midpoint of the back here. Great. So we have our drawers and we have our door. Now to make this a bit more obvious, let's actually put some handles in here. So we'll go for the rectangle tool. We'll find the middle point and see how at the moment that starts from the corner. What we actually want to do is if we press Control, it actually makes the rectangle start from the center. So if I press like that and drag it, it goes out that way, right? But if I press Control, see how it actually starts from the middle and goes out. So we want this to probably go, what would look good? It's probably a bit too big. Let's go probably 300. Oh no, 250. We'll go 250 and we'll make that 40 wide. Cool, so we have our drawer built. And then we have our little fake handle. Now to make this 3-dimensional, we just use the push pull tool, bring this out, and let's bring this out 50 mil. Okay, so now we've got a bit of a handle there. And so that our hand can actually go into it, we're going to use the offset tool. So we go down here, click on the offset tool, click on that edge like so, and let's go in, let's go 12 mil in. Cool. And then we're going to use the push pull tool again. Let's deselect that drawer above it and we'll select that one. Push pull, put the arrow in the middle there. And we're going to go down and we want it to say, I don't think that's worked. No. Oh, has it? Oh, yeah, it did. Cool. Just so that you can see it again. Sometimes it might do that. All you want to do is go on face and then it will basically cut through instead of drawing the rectangle all the way through. Great. So we now have our handle. So let's group that. So let's select all that there, right click on it and then go make group. Now, we could redo all that again, but because we've done it once, the whole beauty of this is we just copy and paste it. So what we're going to do is use the move tool. We're going to click on this guy. We're going to go up and we know exactly how high up we need to go, 316. So we're going to press the Control key first, which will allow us to duplicate with the move tool. Then we type 316 and then enter. Done, handle. Then we go again, we go up, press Control, 316, enter. Oop, that didn't work. Cool. We then probably want to put a handle over here on our on the hinge of the door. So to fix that, all we got to do, again using the move tool, click on here, press Control once, and I've made it probably about 766, which looks pretty reasonable. Click. And then done. There's our table, all done and dusted. How cool is that? So that's our bench now. Now, because we've built this component, what we can do is actually save that now. So what we're going to do is select it all, right click on it, and then we'll go make group. We're then going to make a tag for it. So we're going to go up here and we'll call this kitchen bench. Bench, and then okay. And then click on kitchen bench, click on that. The other thing, if you want to get a bit fancy, with over here with the handles, if we double click on the group, it actually deselects things. So then we can select on things inside of the group. So you'll see everything great turn green. So then that means we're just focusing on inside this group. We can then double click on this. So all I've done is once I'm in this green mode, I can now click on all the objects as if we were before. And then the cool part is we go over here to materials, we can then put on some metal onto it. So if we go down here to metal, let's say we see what this pattern does. That's pretty cool. So now we can put that on all the handles. Oop, if I press Shift Z, that'll allow me to zoom out. Sorry, went in a bit too close. We use the paint bucket tool. So there's our handles done and dusted. Now to get out of that group mode, we just use the selection tool and double click anywhere outside of it. And then that will go back into normal. So then that will be considered an object by itself that you can't really get in unless you double click on it again. Cool. So now let's build the side table. So we're going to bring up the tags. Let's hide the materials so we don't have too much confusion. Put the front door back in. We can put the walls in to see where we're up to. So we want to then build the side table over here. It's going to use the hand tool coming across. And what we're going to do is we're going to measure in, let's go a meter in, and then let's go a meter up and see what happens. So we're going to use the tape measure tool over here. So click tape measure, hide the tags again, click on the corner here, and let's go over a meter. So 1,000 millimeters. So that's where our dot is. We then want to go up. So if we want to go up, we want to go up. Actually, let's go up a meter as well. So we'll go 1,000 millimeters. We're then going to go here to the rectangle tool, click on the corner, and I'm going to make it go down like that. And we want it to make the table, let's go 2,500, comma, and let's make it 60 mil. Cool. And then we want to use the push pull tool. Select the little dotted lines in the middle here. And let's bring that out 700 mil. Cool. Side table done. Now, because we've built that component, let's save it. So let's select it all there. Right click, and then we'll make a group. And then we'll build our own tag. So we'll come across here, add the tag, and we'll go side table. We're then going to click on the side table, then click on that. So now we should be able to hide that little side table. It looks like I've hid the measurements as well. Please don't delete your measurements until ever. So what happens with that, that's useful as a teacher to see how you actually thought that through and built it. Excellent. So the last bit then, we need to build a window. So we want to go across over here into the corner. So we have a pesky door in the way. So we probably want to hide that bathroom, and we also want to hide the door. So we click on those. And now we can see the corner over here. So what we're going to do is we're going to measure in again from the corner, and we go across here along the axes, and we'll go 1,000. And we've got that point there. Cool, that's better. Now we've got the actual measurement. So then we'll go 800 up. Cool. Now we're going to draw a rectangle. So click on the rectangle tool, click on that corner. We'll go across, and our measurements was 2.5 meters. So we'll go 2,500, comma, 1,000. So now we have our hole in the wall. Well, not yet. We've got to push pull through that. So we use the push pull tool, click on the center there, push through on face, click. And now we've got a big breeze coming into our house because we've got an empty window. So to fix that, we need to put some glass in there. Same process as when we did the sliding doors. So we're going to draw a rectangle outside here. So we click there, measure that out. I'm going to go 2,500, comma, 100, We're then going to use the push pull tool, and we want that up to 1000. Cool. So we now have our plane of glass. To fix that, we then want to select it, right click, make a group. We then let's put a material onto it. So we go glass and mirrors, and let's put the mesh one down here. So now we have this transparent sort of fly screen mesh. And then the last bit that we need to do is then move this back up. So we're going to click on the move tool, click on the corner over here, and then move it into that endpoint. Awesome, done and dusted. Last bit was we probably want to tag this. So let's just hide everything else that's currently here, and we're left with our floating window. Now that's the cool bit about tagging as you go. You're allowed to then come in and you can just literally shift. It's not even shift, you just click down and select all that. So now that's selected everything that's inside there. I then go up here, I'll go here, and we'll call this the front window. And then okay. And then I'll come here to front window, click on the tag, get the tag out here onto the window, and we apply it to the front window. So now we can make that super invisible. Pretty cool. Awesome. So if we want to bring back our house and see everything that we've built today, we can just literally click that eye tag at the top here. And there is everything. How cool is that? So we've built the window, we've built the side table, and then we've got our little kitchen bench over here. Great. So the next step that we will do is we're going to build a bit more of a detailed cupboard for the bedroom. Okay, so a little dressing table. And yeah, hopefully you've enjoyed and you've learned something about components today. My hint to you, if you're building this for an assignment, your teacher will appreciate it a lot, you doing that by yourself. So instead of just going on the internet and finding components, by drawing it, you will get a better mark because your teacher will see the level of detail and craftsmanship that you've put into this. So hopefully you've enjoyed that. If you have, can I ask that you like and subscribe down the bottom, as it helps with our YouTube algorithm. Super appreciate it. And yeah, see you next time on Steam It with Steve. Adios.